On this episode, I'm going to talk about continuation from the last two episodes. We'll kind of put a pin in it after this and get the response and maybe come back up with a few more in a few hours. But on this episode, I want to kind of go into, because remind me, I want to go into Project Looking Glass in the future, probably next. But on this episode, I want to kind of talk about some secret stuff that's going on, right? Don't let them trick you. This New World Series, guess what it's about? Astrology. Deep astrology. That's what it's about. Finally, we finally made it to this point. All you astrologers out there, metaphysical people. Not necessarily astronomers. This is definitely for people that believe in astrology. And I'm saying that for a reason. I'll go into more in the future, or however, I want to just point out what they're doing, and I'm gonna shut down. They're tricking you. They got the Astros, right? Clearly, that's supposed to be about astrology. Guess what? Those are the 12 sign guys, right? And I just found this out, top secret information, but guess what they got was called the Phillies. You like, they ain't got nothing to do with astrology. What are you talking about? Actually does. Those are the 13 sign guys. I told you guys Pisces was the 13th sign. See, the Phillies have a contract with Pisces. I'm going to go into that here a little bit, maybe even more in the future. But they have a contract with Pisces. What is that going into? This is a water contract. This is going to be the contract that's going to prove whether or not the 13th sign really needs to be used or not. See, the Phillies believe in the 13th sign. Why? Because of the first, there's 8 presidents. You can add on a number 8 to our presidency, right? It'll put you at 54. Some people say Biden is the 54th president because there's 8 hidden presidents that tie you into, that's right, going to the number 54, there's 8 hidden presidents that tie you into the old government that was based upon what's called the continent, or this continent, not America, but this continent. And that was out of Philly. And this connects to how they moved on this continent was through an underground reptilian network that David Icke was able to talk a little bit about, but I don't believe he taught you everything about it up to the modern time, and I'll hopefully update it. But I do thank him because he put out the most information, I think, on a more sophisticated level about this grid and this network. But it's more to it than he left out a lot of stuff. You have to understand matrix mathematics. And I may be using this term wrong, but you guys out there know what I'm talking about. You have to understand a form of mathematics. This is where they got the term, or the Matrix movie got its term matrix from. This is a form of mathematics that will help you to understand how to move through this grid and reprogram it on a 13 sign system. So the Phillies represent the last part of this play that is going to turn into reality after this World Series. What do I mean by that? Oh, it's a play. It's just like practice to the real game. Because guess what? When November hits, this is it for this water stuff that I've been talking about. And for these agreements that they made with these extraterrestrials that live in the center of the earth. They're going to start blocking off a lot of extra exits and outs. And this ties into the 13th sign system. The only way to understand the underworld is to understand the 13th sign system. See, the 12 sign guys, they look out. Their thing is they look up to the sun. And right now, from my research, the Astros are going to be 12. We don't know if they're going to go through a 13th sign system. It doesn't look like it right now, actually, from what our high-level studies that we've been viewing on this topic. Now, as far as the Phillies, they're just the 13th guys or whatever. These are the 13 guys, and these are the guys that are promoting the whole binary theory based upon the 13th sign system, whereas the Astros want to go into a trinary theory based upon the 12 sign system. You may not understand that right now. And that's the big debate. And the 13th sign, again, they think it's a fucus, but it's actually Pisces when you count it back. This is why the Phillies are playing. And the presidents take a secret oath and have, through the medical industry, that's right, and have to study this in order to become a president. And this is all tied into the old government that they moved from Philadelphia to eventually Washington, D.C. Now it's actually being operated out of Colorado now, believe it or not, which is something that I'll go into in the future. So a big bet, man. I don't even know how much it is, the ticket on it yet, as far as the levels and tiers, but I know the ticket level is like, I know this, the ticket level on it is like, see, the ticket level on it is about like, counting 77, like 77, meaning that 77 of something, of course, $7,700 is not going to make it, just to be honest with you. You need 70 of something, like 70,000, or some people maybe 70 million for some people, but it's 70s. $70 isn't going to make it, and $7,000 is not going to make it. And this ticket, that's what it's going to turn into. It could go up higher than that once they start playing, but that's where it's at right now. And it's based, I'm saying that because it's going to be a lot of astrological property that's going to come up for grabs after this, I guarantee you. See, they didn't know this. I'm going to say this and I'll shut down. I think this is a good place to stop. You can tax someone as a Moor and as a landholder, indigenous American in general, without having ownership in real estate, without having any connection to the real estate business. Meaning that, guess what? A real estate, like somebody can go out and buy, say for instance, there's a house for sale across the street from you, right? Somebody can go buy that house. You have nothing to do with it. Nothing, zero. You said nothing to these people, nothing. They go buy that house. They go live in it. They pay it off. But they have something called property tax, right? Or land tax, that the tax that house sits on. Most people still pay that. Did you know that? Why? Why are you still paying that? You own it. Why are you still paying land tax? It's because someone else owns that land, an indigenous American. And if that indigenous American manages and starts to go into that X account, it's called the X account, they can cause that amount to go up. And to where eventually it puts a balloon payment or makes sure you have to either start paying a mortgage again or you pay off the landowner. And that's what we're going into now with this water scenario. See, what they're not going to tell you is that our water system was created by a group of high-level Native Americans, and periodically they owe tax to this. That's right, a fee. Could be small, but a nominal fee that they owe for this, and they have not paid on this in a long time because it's out of the memories of most people. And that's partially what's, when I say, well, they like, what are you in it for? That's what I'm in it for. To finish vising it. I'm not even really like, I mean, of course I want donations and I want money, but I'm not going to stop if I don't get it. I guess that's what I'm saying. Oh, I'm really interested in making sure that this job is complete, regardless to whoever wins or who doesn't. Because if it's not, we're not going to be able to move forward. There's two internets. That's what they're not telling you. When they created 5G, they tapped into something that they really kind of upset that they wish they didn't tap into, because they tapped into the spiritual part of the planet, the part of the planet that you can't just be a hog-eating, ignorant person and make it through this particular part. This particular part, you're going to have to be conscious because, yeah, you interface with a new computer system, a new grid. And when you abuse it by eating the wrong foods and doing certain stuff, you cause a ripple effect in the real internet and the real grid and the financial system. This is what, believe it or not, this is the part of the computer program that causes it to rain. This is the prompt, is what I'm speaking of. And for those people that aren't familiar with 13 signs astrology, they're not going to even have no idea about any of this. Like, if you don't even know the 13 signs and which planets rule what basic information, you're not going to understand hardly any of this. Especially if they move on, because they're tricking you. So, yeah, this is astrology worse when it's over. You know, you got people running for president that are really astrologers and stuff. I'm not going to go into anything and using anyone's name, but you'll be surprised. The president himself is into astrology. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's just a lot of stuff they're not telling you, but this, again, is over astrology, ultimately, and it's going to affect. Don't think so. Like, don't think like, oh, I'm a street nigga. I ain't in it. I'm a herbalist, I'm alkaline, I don't care. Or I'm a pimp and who cares? Or I'm rich, so what? Or I'm poor, so what? Nobody cares about me. Everyone's going to be affected. Mark my words. So stay vigilant. I'm going to go ahead and shut down. Be coming up with more information on Project Looking Glass. I have to teach you about this in order for me to move on to some of the higher level conversations and topics that I want to have with you guys. So thank you for listening and watching. Namaste.